Yeah, granted, I'm kind of new here, but if the patterns are the same, and right now they're pointing that way. I got a bit of an attitude from the staff at the pool today, who was off on the weekend when I was really busy on Family Day weekend, so she should be in a good mood. But yeah, it's like, no, no, you can't go in there. That's the kids' time on this side. But I paid more expensive to play badminton, and this is a, beginner slash maybe one or two intermediate players, and except they wouldn't be happy to hear that, but that's the way it is. If you really compare, the badminton by various standards, they're in the beginner stage. A lot of them been playing for decades, but still without the right techniques, and that's not my fault. It's the fault of the human condition to not ask themselves why, they have additional injuries, or they don't learn more than just 10% of the game and played for decades, right? That's what you have to ask yourself as the norm. Anyways, so it's almost like I almost like felt like it took a long time for that family room that somebody didn't leave their things in as if they owned the place, instead of the regular change room, which is fine by me, except it didn't have a sink to shave, so I had to shave when my skin was already drying up after. And but I paid more expensive, 525 for the badminton, and still coaching people that are happy, right? They say, "Do you want to do this in between?" And they were asking about the backhand, but most people don't. They don't even have close to the basics. So, in between games, I'd do it. Not too much during the game. It turns out when I do it, I get criticized the first day, and then I don't do it anymore, and then others do it, and then they get away with it. But I'm the human, right? I'm the human standards at everything, so I'm the one that always gets shunned. You know what's amazing? Before I finished last year or two at Franklin Gym in Nanaimo before they tore it down, I think, when I was off the island, is I remember being proud of myself by finally achieving control over my emotional state or impulsive state, and able to control myself at badminton to be disciplined. For example, to not coach, during the game, or get intense during the game, when people are argumentative, instead of just applying one or two feedback at a time. When you work really hard to win with them, right? And they say, "Oh, let's try again." Nope. Nope. I had like one piece of feedback for us as a team, and you didn't give a damn. So yeah, nope. That's kind of, it has to be fun for me too, and they don't grasp that as people, primates, get more and more ego-centered, self-involved, self-serving. They don't grasp that. They get mad that I'm bad for a club because I suddenly made them realize that it's not all about them, and yet they get along together when it's all about them. And then everything they do devolves in the human condition, because nobody has the nerve to challenge each other's self-image or ego-centeredness that keeps growing. And then when I do it, when I challenge, then they will complain to me, "This person's like this." But when I do it, they'll side with that person. It's weird. Yeah, it's like, man, you guys. It's weird because you would wish, but if I do a particular way where, peer pressure comes in, yeah, they'll go side there. What an hypocrisy. And it's because they have to side with who they identify with. They don't identify with the Homo sapien, they identify with the Homo communia. So it's almost like I have to interact with everybody one-on-one to get like more, less of their HSD automaton responses come in. So yeah, I don't charge $35-40 to coach, and yet I had to pay more, and yet I have to kind of do things their way after to get a shower, and I get the looks as if, I'm some guy that looks like the guy that just escaped from a prison somewhere, and it's me. And then, I'll have to jump through so many hoops before I get the discount here. I will have paid so much money in the meantime that people don't realize that's the opposite of Robin Hood, what you're doing in your job there, where you think it's great to, and you think you're being good to me by taking a long time and seeing what I do. And if I stay in town and I'm a regular, and it's like, your path of least resistance is you putting in a lot of points, making me decide to leave your community, and not realizing what poverty is. And what, I don't have heating in this motorhome, people. I don't have flowing water. Yeah, I don't have a refrigerator or things like that. So if I go in there a few more times to go to the bathroom and I leave everything clean, and you look at me like something's wrong, it's like you don't grasp the concept of reality right now. And what's happening is, I'm not a drug addict. I don't have a criminal record. I want to give all the time back. But I also, this is what you confuses you the most, is I can advocate for my own human rights. Without, being stuck in scenarios that are nowhere near win-win scenarios. And I keep seeing people that are horrible with working with kids, either their own kids, and then, you would think they would ask me to help for free, but nope. No, they'd rather judge me as a guy that escaped from jail that's dangerous for kids or something like that. I don't know what it is. Because transparency or giving somebody the benefit of the doubt or overcoming an assumption or just being uncomfortable with somebody new in town and it's like, I could be new in town in my town of origin. And I've noticed these patterns. So I don't know. I don't know why you still think it's me trying to help and be an Homo sapien among you that I should be apologizing every day. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm an Homo sapien today. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, it's making you uncomfortable. So yeah, it was a bit annoying. It's still nice to meet people that I have things in common with. Like one lady I was playing with, she's one of the better ones in this beginner club. She's making sure that I'm coming tonight, but she also sings karaoke. She's kind of cute. And what's sad, though? This is really sad. Is she's half Scottish, but half Filipino. Filipino, right? So I don't know, like, will she be the one that helps me overcome the trigger of dating a Filipina? But mostly, that was predictable how she would act. But the community that again sided with her dishonesty, toxicity, sabotaging the relationship, deceit, theft. The Filipino community sided with my ex in this way. That's pretty traumatic, people. I gave a lot to that community. A lot. So it's almost like, damn, why couldn't it have been like she was half Korean instead? And then because she teaches singing. She's a decent badminton player. She teaches singing. She's lovely. She's got a cute accent, except it's more Scottish. Except the Filipino part. Oh man, damn. Don't know if I could overcome that unless I explain to her. Let's say she's interested in me. I'd explain to her, say, yeah, I'm not sure if I could ever see myself dating a Filipina again. Can you, like, do you hang out with them a lot? Like, what's your, I think it's the mom. What's your mom's like? It's like, can you help me with this trauma? Can you realize that for us, let's say, to have a healthy relationship, is you have to kind of help me get over it and say, almost apologize on behalf of that culture. I'd say, Martin, that's not right what they did. I want to hear all your story. It's going to take a while. It's not right what they did. I'm not going to be like that with you. If she did that, maybe that'd be okay. But if she was half Korean, that'd be great because she could maybe speak Korean and my favorite singer is Korean and she could teach me not just the pronunciation, but the right singing of these songs that I want to learn from my favorite singer and a few others. Anyways, but she seems to say she's busy all the time, very busy. She's always got things to do. I say, let's trade. Let's outcoach you at badminton. She knows I'm much better than her. And I'm a coach, right? And also, I know she's probably much more skilled at the concept of singing. Although I might sing a lot of very wonderful songs and people will be happy. Again, people, I've sung in front of thousands of people that paid for tickets and they were happy. But I'm not a trained singer. I just practice a hell of a lot. But can you imagine if somebody dedicates, has care and concern for me, let's say to teach me singing like I would teach them badminton over time, for example, among other things I could teach, and maybe she can teach more as well. Can you imagine how these two individuals, if they paired up together, if they weren't focused on, let's say, a career or making paycheck, how much they would evolve as human beings? Except the part of her being a Filipina makes it unlikely that, we would be that couple.